Welcome back to the Ohio Grassman Show, your home for cannabis education and news. Today, we're going to be learning about the Gorilla Glue strain, from the happy accidents by its outlaw creators to the difficulties finding a name and patent. Stick around and see why this cannabis legend is not leaving soon, but is a bit trickier to find if you don't know what to look for.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this. Gorilla Glue is one of the first ones I've ever tried.
Yeah, you know, and it's such a classic, and I'm very excited that we got to find it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
for real.
Because I've seen a lot of different
Glues.
cross glues that
That don't scratch that itch.
Warning. All images appearing in this video are used under the doctrine of fair use for artistic, educational, and documentary purposes. Possession, use, and distribution of cannabis or cannabis-based products is illegal under federal law, regardless of any state law or other circumstance that may legalize or decriminalize such activity. Cannabis is a controlled substance with habit-forming effects. No advice we give is intended to provide any guidance or assistance in violating federal law, nor should be intended to treat, diagnose, or cure any illness.
First, let's go back to 2011. Don Josie Wales Peabody and Ross Lone Waddy Johnson noticed their cross between Chemsys and sour dub plant was beginning to herm. Instead of attempting to recorrect it, they allowed it to hit fruition. Josie touches it to his chocolate diesel plant, pollinating it, and the chocolate D drops out 4 seeds.
Ooh.
These, of course, become the phenos of GG, or Gorilla Glue 1 through 4. Number 4 being the best and most popularized, later crossed with 1 to make GG5. 4 plus 1 equals 5. Now, some tales describe its origin as the trim scissors having gotten so gunked up that they were glued shut, leading to the naming convention chosen. However, seen a lot of others have gone as far as to claim that their phone had gotten stuck to the hand exactly like the Gorilla Glue commercial. Whichever, it's some sticky stuff and earned its adhesive title. Now, Josie was rather active on the IC Mag forums all the way up to his passing in May of 2020. His last activity recorded in February of that year. Throughout his tenure there, he helped mentor many young cannabis enthusiasts, growers, and just in general the community as a whole. He was so involved, we can actually see some of the milestones that inevitably led to the breeding of the legendary strain, Gorilla Glue. In a post about a cross that one of the other breeders had grown, crossing Sour Diesel with Sour Bubble, making Sour Dub, Josie comments that he's only heard good things and will be getting his hands on some soon. Only a year later, he posts that he's keeping his Sour Dub, Chalk D, and Chemsys in a list of keepers and leavers from his grow op. These staying in his indoor will develop into the greatest 3-way lesbian relationship ever that reshapes cannabis moving forward. Several posts later describe that he has seeds growing of a cross of the 3 strains after one hermed out on him. This isn't new, of course, to any IC Mag reader, as this is where many legendary strains come to see light and some of the best cultivation advice can be gleaned. Regardless, the number 4 seed is the superior hit, and it becomes a legend on the boards. It became well promoted on the message board by Josie under the name Grizz and another individual with the username Filthy, who was also a pretty large community member. A lot of places I was reading early on said that the pollination itself was accidental, or that he almost threw away the seeds that were produced, but I found nothing of the sort in his logs on the threads. In fact, the crossing of the 3 was quite deliberate. The only accident was that he had a plant herm on him. However, as any master of their trade would do, Josie adapted and used it to his advantage. In his own words, and I quote, "When I crossed Chem S to Sour Dub, it was just okay. Nothing great, but good. When I hit the Chalk D with pollen from a herm of the cross, all hell broke loose, a la the Gorilla Glue." Once it hit the broader cultivation markets and saw tests in the field, it began pulling huge awards immediately. In 2014, it wins the High Times Jamaican World Cup. It also takes gold in both the Michigan and the Los Angeles Cannabis Cup that same year. In 2015, Gorilla Glue was Best Hybrid Strain from HempCon Patient's Choice Award. In 2018, it took first place in the Spanibus Cannabis Cup Championship. By 2021, it also took first place for Outdoor Grow in the Emerald Cup. These accolades assisted in a quick rise to fame. Combined with great effects and potency, it led to Gorilla Glue's name in the limelight just a little too long. And it made its way to a lawsuit by the actual adhesive company of the same name. It wasn't too much of a deal, as you can always look around your stores and you'll be sure to find a glue strain or cross, or often the old letter solution. Look around for GG number 4 and even the GG number 5. These are usually representative of the glue strain you're searching for. Yeah, I've had blue glue before, and that was pretty good. I'm assuming that was a Blue Dream cross with some sort of glue, but I can't guarantee. I'd have to go look into it.
Yeah.
I've had one called Elmer's glue before.
Elmer's glue?
Yeah.
Anyone
I
ever
was
had
like,
Ross glue?
No. The Elmer's glue is probably like a little less adhesive than the Gorilla Glue.
Absolutely.
Yeah, more temporary.
Yeah.
More orange.
They're like, yeah, well, my phone did stick to my hand, but it wasn't as long as the Gorilla Glue.
No, that's crazy that that's another company that had to change their name.
Yeah.
I think that's another motif
branding,
we're going to
yeah.
run into time and time again
Yeah.
here. You know?
Especially when you go to the really good ones.
Gorilla Glue is a hybrid with a strong euphoria and classic couch lock or glued to your seat body buzz. Gorilla Glue is considered a rewarding but high maintenance cultivar, as it has high resiny yields but is coupled with an acute sensitivity to nutrient balance. It thrives in temperature ranges of 70 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. But during its flowering stages, many cultivators say that they cool the area more for higher resin development. To do so, they keep the environment in a 65 to 75 range instead. The suggested humidity runs high at the beginning, sitting between 50 to 60%, but once it begins flowering, the plant requires a drop to 40 to 50%. This allows the plant to avoid mold and bud rot. Gorilla Glue is known for nutrient burn. It is said that overfeeding it is a true problem, and most cultivators say that they start very low and work up to higher nutrient levels if needed. Indoor growers say that they always plan for the stretching of the plant as it needs higher cleaning. This can also be assisted by low stress training and screen of green style of arrangements. The flowering will occur around 8 to 10 weeks and will be at their peak once the trichomes have turned milky and some form that gorgeous amber CBN in them.
Ooh, I love that. I love that gorgeous amber
You and me
CBN.
both. This high yield strain sees indoor plants with 650 grams per square meter and up to 800 grams per plant outdoors.
That's crazy.
That's a lot. The high resin, densely packed calyx buds shimmer from their trichomes, and underneath, that glimmer is a padding of light green plant material that lets off a fruity, earthy, and pine-like aroma with hints of spicy notes. The pure stickiness of the buds will leave your hands and grinder in need of some serious cleaning, as it will act as an adhesive if grown properly. Upon inhaling, one will notice a flavor profile consisting of mostly diesel, but exhaling is greeted with a sharp, minty, chocolatey flavor. Some describe it as a creamy mocha taste. Depending on the cultivator, some variants will occur. These flavors and aromas all stem from a collection of terpenes commonly consisting of caryophyllene. This spicy and peppery terpene is an active bronchodilator that interacts directly with your CB1 and CB2 receptors, assists with inflammation, and even has shown capabilities of increasing insulin secretion, insulin sensitivity, glucose uptake, and reducing glucose absorption. Myrcene, a fruity herbaceous musk, is the common description for the aroma and similarly noted flavor of this monoterpene. This is the most abundant found terp in cannabis. It thins the blood-to-brain barrier, allowing for faster onsets. In addition, studies have shown links to myrcene acting as an antioxidant and to help protect against DNA damage from certain toxins. And finally, limonene. This citrusy terpene is known for uplifting moods and vibes while negating some of the paranoia and anxiety that has accompanied the better effects of THC. It helps round out that paranoia to more manageable and enjoyable experiences. Furthermore, it acts as an antioxidant, and there is some early research finding that limonene assists in lowering triglycerides and blood sugar levels along with increasing those good cholesterols. We'll have to keep a close eye to see if that research develops more in the future. These terpenes form that bond that composes the experience with Gorilla Glue, an instant euphoric head high that crashes over you and glues you to the couch. Beats you down worse than Harambe. R.I.P.
Gorilla Glue hit the scene hard and exploded into popularity after winning multiple awards. Its notoriety has brought about its mention throughout much of media. The first big name drop would come from the actual Slavic rap artist from Mudum that goes by the very name Gorilla Glue. He is known for his traditional Slavic themes and melodies tied into his rap. He uses accordions in a combination with heavy 808 bass. The song Whoopa is kind of a vibe. The top song, titled Gorilla Glue on Spotify, is by Hitman and Ya Boy Dirty. It's like a chill weed version of that song Stereo Hearts by Gym Class Heroes. It's definitely a jam though, talking about getting couch locked and munchies by some Gorilla Glue. DaBaby dropped his song Gorilla Glue, and it's pretty slick. It gets in and gets out telling a good story about getting seeds of his Gorilla Glue and hustling it into more. I know Future is really popular, and he has a Gorilla Glue song that uses it for comparison for stickiness, which is most likely the adhesive, but the strain is named for a similar resin-induced adhesive property, so it could be a double entendre. Cheem similarly has a pop-punk song called Gorilla Glue, but it's for sure about the adhesive and not the cannabis strain. Dirty Audio also has a great Gorilla Glue song. His heavy bass and house EDM style come through well, and it shows why he had one of the most played tracks of 2016. He describes himself as a proud Armenian-American DJ, LA native, and has been described as pushing boundaries. Give his Gorilla Glue a listen the next time you're feeling something a little more bassy. An honorable mention, Slim Shady has a pretty good spit in his song Antichrist. He says, "'Cause now my shit slaps harder than Will'll do. Word to Gorilla Glue, I don't need sticky fingers to steal on you." However, fame of this level and the cost of becoming a legitimate business means you can't infringe on trademarks any longer. In 2017, Gorilla Glue, based here in Ohio, settled with GG Strains, the creators of Gorilla Glue strains, to change the name of their product henceforth. The strains were rebranded as of September 19, 2017, and Gorilla Glue No. 4 would become GG4 or Original Glue, Gorilla Glue No. 5 becoming GG5 or New Glue, and Gorilla Glue No. 1 was made into GG1 or Sister Glue. As a final testament, the creators were actual outlaws and pioneers, and they held their names to it. For Josie Wales and Lone Waddy are the duo from the Clint Eastwood movie named after his character. They represented two misfits that never surrendered and found new family and fellow outcasts. And those two helped build a community in the cannabis world, one of the greatest outcast communities around. I'd say I really like this outcast community.
For sure.
It's my kind of people.
Did their own thing, followed their own rules, made their own strain, and now we're all smoking it today.
Got sued over it.
Yeah.
Had to change it later.
It's a lot better than that stinky Yu-Gi-Oh community. You.
Well, that wraps up our sesh for today. We want to thank all you guys for kicking back with us for this episode. Tune in next Friday at 4:20 for our podcast, where we'll try the strain ourselves and give you a review. If you like what we're doing, check out our socials. You can find our episodes on YouTube and Spotify, and on our Twitter and Instagram. You can find photographs of everything we review, as well as keep up to date with our show and the cannabis community in general. If you really like what we're doing, become a patron. Access to bonus and uncensored content for just $4.20. Well, see you next session.
We love you.
Warning. All images appearing in this video are used under the doctrine of fair use for artistic, educational, and documentary purposes. Possession, use, and distribution of cannabis or cannabis-based products is illegal under federal law, regardless of any state law or other circumstance that may legalize or decriminalize such activity. Cannabis is a controlled substance with habit-forming effects. No advice we give is intended to provide any guidance or assistance in violating federal law, nor should be intended to treat, diagnose, or cure any illness.